future and the future of everyone he loves in a network TV premiere of What Richard Did. That's your midweek movie at 25 to 10 tonight. Now though, Shortland Street.
Sid wants to see you. He doesn't know when to quit. So you are into him? Maybe.
I want to spend time with you, Morgan. You're not making it easy for me.
Perhaps I'm not interested.
But you leave me with little choice.
What do you think you're doing?
Delivering this, your prize.
I said I don't want it. And I don't want you coming on to me either. I made that really clear.
I hear the words, but when I kissed you just then...
I pushed you away.
Eventually.
Oh, it was 2 seconds. No, half a second. I was shocked, that's all.
Know how good it felt.
Just take your stupid dinner voucher and get lost. Hey, what's going on?
She likes me, really.
What an absolute jerk. Oh, he's cute, though. You can have him. Oh, come on, he was just flirting with you. He kissed me. That is crossing the line. A cheeky kiss. You are seriously overreacting.
Are you guys talking about Sid?
So what if we are?
Don't get involved with him, okay? He's bad news.
Compared to who, Kieran? I doubt it.
What's Sid done?
In the 2 minutes since he's been here.
You can scoff at me if you like, but please don't say I didn't warn you. Don't get involved with Sid, okay? Because you'll be sorry.
3 days, 18 hernia repairs done and dusted.
Good.
That should put quite a dent in the list.
Oh, no, it won't. For every operation we complete, there's another patient waiting. There's little variance in total numbers.
Well, I know that. I was just saying. How's Adamson? Will he be back tomorrow?
Yeah, I think so. I've penciled you in just in case. There's 2 small ops in the afternoon, and that's all.
Actually, I've had a look at tomorrow's schedule. There's a paediatric nasopharyngeal tumour I'm particularly interested in.
It's an unusual case, isn't it?
A fair reward, I thought, for all those boring hernia ops.
Well, why would you need a reward? You volunteered to cover for Adamson.
As a favour to you. I knew I could clear the backlog and take the pressure off to make things easier. For you.
Really? I had no idea that was personal.
Anyway, the nasopharyngeal tumour.
I'm doing it. I've already started prepping.
But it's the kind of surgery I'm trained for. I'd be working to my pay scale for the first time all week.
Well, you have put in a lot of hours on these hernia ops. Which tells me you're due for a break. Taking on a lengthy and complex procedure when you don't need to is simply illogical. So the answer is no, I'm afraid.
And you figure there are...
There's an orderly job going. I will call and tell you, and then you can ring and sort out your own interview.
Hey? I thought you just hooked me up.
I can't do that.
Well, why not?
Because it wouldn't be right. There could be 1 job and 10 applicants. Why should you be allowed to jump the queue?
Because my mum's head of department.
No, that's wrong. You have to get the job on your own merits.
What merits? I'm good at IT. How does that qualify me to push patients around the place?
It's about attitude. If you present yourself well and put yourself forward, you will stand out. That's how people get started in life, Daniel.
Are you kidding me? Yeah, I did the rounds yesterday. No one would even speak to me. The only guys I know with holiday work scored it through their parents.
Oh, I'm sure that's not true.
Well, I'm sure I'm skint. I don't even have credit on my cell phone.
I can help you with that.
Or you could just maybe help me get a job. What's the big deal? I don't get it.
I will find out if there's anything going, but then after that, you are on your own. You will thank me one day, Daniel.
Back-to-back hernia repairs? Is that really the best use of your time?
I'm sorry?
Well, the nasopharyngeal thingy, Gabrielle put herself down to do it, not you.
Well, she's just as qualified, and she's the boss.
Right. So you're happy with the way things are? You don't mind doing the easy-peasy ops one after another?
It's a slow week.
Life's too short for slow weeks.
There's nothing I can do about it.
Yes, there is. I've been talking to the ministry about putting together a team of top-flight surgeons who travel around the country.
Performing difficult and complex surgeries. This is exactly what you were talking about a couple of years ago.
And I was this close to getting the project off the ground. Until I lost you. Without your involvement, the DHB went cold on the idea. Now I'm getting ministry support.
So, it's definitely going ahead?
They want my proposal in writing. Assuming you'll be involved, I'd really appreciate your thoughts. Can you spare a bit of reading time this morning, please?
Yeah, sure. I'll try.
The country's surgical elite, taking their pick of cases nationwide. I can't help but think that this is what you were born for.
Sid, these are yours. I'll call them for my final pay later.
You quitting on me?
Sharp as a tack, you Mitchells.
Oh, come on, I'm the new guy. I need backup and you're my main man. I'm not Kieran, you know. I'm nothing like him.
Have you looked in the mirror lately, mate?
I mean, I'm embarrassed by what he's done, but I'm not responsible, am I? I'm not part of it.
I would bet my life that he still owns this place and you're nothing but a cover story. What did he offer you? A cut of the escort business?
No.
Of course not. Too generous. Trust me, whatever you are getting, it's not enough. And make that final pay direct credit. I've had it with this place.
Good luck finding work up there.
Hey, where are you going?
Home. I just quit.
But you can't. You need this job. You need the money.
I'll survive.
You're being stupid.
Someone is.
Let him go, Soph. It's his choice.
Why do you have to be like this?
It's called having principles, Soph. Get a dictionary and look it up.
He's got Callum in his ear. It was bound to happen.
I asked at the desk, you call human resources and they'll make a time to see you. Don't be negative, Daniel. Just try, all right? Okay, talk soon. Bye.
Hey, next time TK's on the line, can you tell him I miss him? It's chaos in ED.
Really?
Well, I'll, ask you to step in again, but the PCC can't run itself. Oh, hang on. Yes, it can.
Well, that's where you're wrong. I'm flat out.
Oh, sleeping on the job. No, I won't tell.
For your information, the PCC's getting busier every day, and unlike ED, it can actually improve the way healthcare works in this country.
Sure it can.
Preventative care, early detection, long-term health. That's the way forward, so you keep applying your sticking plasters while we go ahead and make a difference, okay?
Well, you let me know when that happens, won't you? Because I'll hate to blink and miss it.
I scheduled this meeting days ago. Why is he cancelling now?
Well, one of his radiologists has gone home sick, so it was either step in or turn patients away.
A responsible HOD. How inconvenient. Rebook him for tomorrow.
Done.
Come in, Chris.
You're not busy?
No, she's just
Thank you, Yvonne. That's it for now.
I've read the proposal.
And?
That's pretty good.
Pretty good. Meaning what? You'd only change about 80% of it?
No, not so much, but I do have a few suggestions.
Great. I'd love to hear them.
Well, I have time now if you do.
Sorry, I've got a meeting at 5 with an HOD. We could talk over lunch?
The cafeteria?
Oh, I'd rather not while Kieran's still there, which won't be for long if I can help it. How about the IV? Well, Kieran's been fired. His brother, Sid, owns the place. He's in charge now.
And that makes a difference.
Sid's done nothing wrong. Are you going to judge him by his brother's actions?
How's 1 o'clock for you?
I'll see you there.
Have a good meeting.
Any drinks with that?
Just another bottle of water, sparkling.
Sure. Your order shouldn't be long.
See? He seems nice.
Doesn't mean he's not on Kieran's payroll.
How is Guy, by the way? Still giving the family a bad name?
Okay, point taken.
Do you keep in touch, though, after the book and everything?
A bit. Now, this proposal of yours.
Fire away.
Each operation will be funded by the local DHB. So if the team goes to Christchurch, the Christchurch DHB forks out.
Of course. Someone has to pay, and this kind of expertise doesn't come cheap.
Right. If I was a CEO, I wouldn't want to see my budget blown out by some visiting aid team. I would want my in-house surgeons to do the op. That way I'd save money, as well as boost staff morale.
You wouldn't get a choice. If the team selects a case, no one gets to say no.
Which means you'll be facing resistance. There's another option. Why not cut out the DHBs altogether and let the ministry fund the initiative?
They'd never buy it.
Well, it depends how you sell it. This way, hospitals would seek the team's involvement. Patients would come first. There'd be no wrangling over politics and money. The PR would be A++.
I'd have to overhaul the entire funding structure.
Well, I could help you.
You'd have to convince me first. Keep talking.
I have a number of ideas incubating, but my top favourite at the moment, we set up a dedicated phone line with a nurse.
Okay.
The patients call up, they give the nurse a rundown on what's ailing them, and then a decision is made as to whether or not they need to come and see one of us. Plus, it could double as a follow-up service, monitoring how treatment plans are going, checking on women who have had miscarriages and so on.
It sounds good.
I know there's Healthline, but the point of difference here is that it would be for PCC patients only and so much more personal. What do you think?
My turn, is it?
You know what I'm like. I get an idea in my head.
And a very good idea it is.
But
it could turn out to be an exercise in frustration. For example, I took a call yesterday from a very upset woman. She had a rash on her inner thigh. I told her I couldn't make a diagnosis over the phone, but she absolutely refused to come and see me.
yes, there's a lot of reluctance to darken our doors.
It's still a really good idea.
Yeah, you bet it is. But how to get the reluctant in here, because we know what happens. They start self-diagnosing via the internet or whatever. Actually, I think I have an idea that might be the answer.
I'm not meant to be here.
Says who? Dad? Since when do you listen to him?
What do you want, Sophie?
To do you a favour.
Yeah?
Yeah, I told Sid that you might change your mind about the bar job.
I know what this is all about. You chose Kieran over your family, now you're freaking out. That's why you want me to take the job back. So you can have me closer.
Well, I shouldn't have to choose. What sort of family does that?
The kind that wants to make you see sense. You're in bed with a sleazeball.
Do you not love me, is that it? I'm getting married, Hunter. You're my brother. You're meant to be there for me.
Well, I wish I could be.
Well, you can. Just don't leave your job, okay? Please, I need you. We've always been there for each other, haven't we? I mean, all through Mum, Dad, the affairs, everything, it's always been you and me. We promised each other. You can't abandon me now.
I've got to go. Maybe I'll text you.
I'm assuming you told Sid to shove it.
Oh, yeah. Then Sophie had a go at me. Told me I didn't love her anymore, I wasn't there for her, this big truckload of emotional blackmail.
Which got to you?
No?
Mate, this tough love stuff, I know it's no fun, but it's all we've got to fight with, and it seems to be working.
Eh?
Well, she's keen to have you around.
I just had a thought. A good cop, bad cop scenario.
I don't need three guesses to know who I'd be.
Yeah, because you're so good at it. No, seriously, you carry on with the whole I disown your father thing, and me, I'll take the job back so I can be there for her.
Which shows you approve.
No way, I'll make that very clear.
Oh, I don't know, mate. Like I said, the cracks are appearing.
What if she gets pregnant? What if Kieran wants her to be more involved with this other business? What if he cheats on her? One way or another, he's going to hurt her, and who's she going to turn to?
Right. You go and put your penny back on.
Thank you for lunch and for dismantling the whole funding component of my proposal.
My pleasure.
I'll look at the damage and get back to you sometime next year.
Excuse me, Rachel.
Sure, I'm done with them.
My surgery has been pushed to make way for a trauma patient, mid-shaft femur, so the earliest I'll be home is 12:15 a.m.
Ah, we had the night to ourselves. Harry's staying over at Charlie's.
I'm sorry.
But it does mean I'm free to scrub in for whatever.
All positions are covered. Are you concerned about being home alone?
Not at all.
Well, you could apply yourself to one of my Mensa puzzles if you get bored.
Thank you, but I was only keen to be in on something a little more challenging than a hernia repair.
All positions are covered. You'd be surplus to requirements.
So, the cheeky chappy, how was he? Who? Sid, as if you didn't know. Scale of 1 to 10, how was he as a kisser?
Sorry to interrupt your break.
Not a problem.
There's a couple of things I need you to do when you get back.
Sure.
If you could discharge Mrs. Wilson and fill out a district nursing referral, and Gabrielle has changed Mr. Tolley's antibiotics.
Onto it.
No, after your break is fine.
Okay. Are you going to tell me?
Sorry?
Maya, what happened? Speed bump.
More like a dead end.
She told me some stuff about her past, and I'm not handling it very well.
About her breakdown.
Well, I didn't think that would scare you off. Well, the trial and all that business.
But Maya was found not guilty.
Wasn't it more that they couldn't prove that she did it?
You think she did do it?
I didn't read much about the trial.
I'm not getting what the problem is. I thought you really liked Maya.
I did. I do.
Then isn't that all that matters?
Yeah. Well, then what about you and Sid?
Oh, it's hardly the same.
Why? Because you can't stand the guy? You're right. You need to follow your own advice, sis.
Forget next year, I think I've cracked it.
Sorry?
The funding conundrum.
Good for you.
Let me run it by you?
I'm not really up for it. Early night, I thought.
Oh, just after 8. And you said you'd help. Together we could sort it in no time. Where's the rest of the gang?
Harry's at a sleepover and Gabrielle's surgery was delayed.
Oh, cool. I won't be trespassing on family time. Have a squiz. Tell me what you think.
In a nutshell, we want to set up a PCC website and nurse forum.
Including FAQs, directions and health updates.
Patients will be able to chat online with a nurse.
And Sarah's stroke of real brilliance.
They'll be able to send in pictures of their rash or whatever to help us to decide whether or not they need to come in and see us.
As we know, there are a lot of people out there who are reluctant to spend the time and money on a consultation unless they know it's absolutely necessary.
Instead, they get into self-diagnosis and treatment via the internet.
With sometimes disastrous results.
We're sure to bring in a bunch of brand new patients, and that's good for the coffers, yes?
I have no doubt, and the idea certainly has merit. But I think you know what I'm about to say.
You will see a return on your investment in no time.
But it's scratching around for the start-up costs the coffers can't cope with. Full marks for the idea and working so well together on it. I am very impressed. All I can suggest is you get it ready, put it on the table next time for the next budget round. Thank you very much, ladies.
That's worse than I thought. You can forget ministry funding.
It's a tad more than the GHB.
A tad, moneybags. The number crunchers will laugh me out the door.
So,
unless you can get your head around the original proposal.
Australia.
What?
Well, the calibre of this surgical team will be sufficiently high to attract interest from hospitals across the ditch, don't you think?
Absolutely.
So the revenue gain from working over there could well offset the additional cost to the ministry.
Yeah. Brilliant. What a team. Mind you, I just stated the problem. You came up with the solution.
Yeah, whatever. We got there, despite...
Despite what?
our rocky past. The present's not exactly plain sailing either.
And here I was trying so hard to normalise things between us.
You and me. Normal.
So, let's see how many Ozops we need to do to sweeten the numbers.
Oh, don't tell me you come back for the last word. If there's still a job going, I'd like it. If you can start tomorrow, fine.
Hi.
My night for surprises. Wasn't expecting to see you back either.
I didn't want to leave things the way they were.
First shift tomorrow. Cheers, mate. Looks like my lucky night.
Before you start.
What?
I wanted to apologise for being so rude to you. It was uncalled for.
No, forget it. I need slapping down from time to time. When a beautiful woman crosses your path...
I said stop. It's just... I haven't had a good time relationship-wise lately. My marriage ended and then... Well, actually, it was just before. I met this really lovely guy and I almost went there with him.
But you didn't?
But I so almost, and that's the problem.
Right.
I have this habit of rushing into things with guys and I'm not going to anymore.
So forget it, Sydney Mitchell.
But I do like you. Did I say that?
No, you didn't. So you like me, but no lunging. Whoa. No, I can handle that. Or rather, no handling. No, seriously, you got yourself a deal.
Hey, are you hungry?
No, thanks.
Good, because come and take a seat. I have a favour to ask you.
Forget it.
Oi.
How was the interview, Dan? Oh, fantastic, Mum. I'm on a waiting list.
Well, that's okay. Orderlies come and go all the time.
Yeah, except there are about 50 guys ahead of me.
No.
Okay, so there's what, 12? Thanks heaps.
Well, maybe I can have a word, and maybe you can be moved up the list.
This must be a big favour.
Not really. And it's something you like doing.
Yeah?
I want to set up a website for the PCC, but there's no money for it, so I thought who better to turn to than my very own little computer geek.
And you'll score me a job.
Yeah, I'll try.
You're on your own, Dan, but now that you need something from me, you're going to help me jump the queue. There's a word for that.
You'll still be getting the job on merit. This time, your highly valuable computer skills.
Lame, Mum. Oh, I know what the word is. Hypocrisy. And it's a little bit corrupt.
but the website will help lots of people.
And you're going to get some kudos from it?
Okay, I am a hypocrite and corrupt and self-serving.
Welcome to the real world. You get a website, and I get a job. You're on.
Actually, I've barely spoken to Guy, but I chat online to Tuesday pretty much every week. She's doing really well with her studies, majoring in psychology.
That'll come in handy.
Dealing with my wayward brother.
And my wayward brother.
How's he?
Pass. I did hear from him briefly last Christmas. Speaking of which, I was with Nick and Waverley at the time.
How are they?
They drove me nuts. All over a turkey.
Someone forgot to take it out of the freezer.
No, it was a live one. They'd had it for months, and Nick couldn't bring himself to kill it. He'd called it Fred, hadn't he? He used to talk to it. He said it was a really good listener, and it didn't answer back. Of course, Waverley stopped talking to him. Rachel, ask Nick to pass the pepper, please. This just went on until I couldn't stand it any longer, so I grabbed the axe and I marched out to Fred.
Oh, no, you didn't.
I came this close. And then Nick manned up and did the deed. Waverley cooked it, but we couldn't eat it. A vegetarian Christmas. We did end up seeing the funny side, but I still left on Boxing Day.
I love them both dearly, but I'm not sure I would have lasted that long. It seems like an age ago that they were up here wreaking their own brand of havoc. Sounds like they're just the same as they were back then. We're not.
Oh, I don't know. We're just older and wiser. Well, older anyway. I don't feel any different to how I did when we were going through all our dramas. Meanwhile, managing to run a damn fine hospital. I don't think you do either. I'm the same Rachel, and you're the same Chris. That would be the same. I know it wouldn't, so do you. I know. But she's not here. She need never know. No one does.
Tomorrow night, Hector O'Hiochagoin takes a trip to call on our nearest neighbours and see how far our relationship has come in the 15 years since the Good Friday Agreement. Hector breaks for the border at 10:15 tomorrow. Next though, doctors.